here.
And winning that major continental title in Asia gives him a lot of confidence, not least because of who he won it against.
Absolutely, and he knows that he can beat this athlete. He's done it once before. He did it a couple of months ago, which can be a blessing and a curse, because obviously Kazakhstan has been watching that film and they're maybe trying to find the little nuances to, stop him in this match.
One of the things I'm sure you'll all know if you're wrestlers at home or been involved in any sort of sport, as we see FUMITA striding out here, it's important to treat this as a brand new match, not a continuation of the last match.
Right, every day's a new day. You can't look back. You can see some tendencies that might have occurred during the match and some things that you might have done differently, but wrestling isn't necessarily a tendency sport, especially at the highest level where you have to change at all times.
Well, looking to change the result, go away with a bronze medal. Viranbek AINAGULOV. Jason Bryant echoes around the arena here, and what an arena it is. The crowd absolutely loving all of the content, and some French success pending, because it will be the women's wrestling beginning tomorrow, along with the freestyle. So it's been a quick hello to the Greco, but it will be au revoir after this one. The second day of the World Championships, Greco's showpiece event. This one, the showpiece final, under 59 kilograms. Japan and Kazakhstan ready to rumble. Here we go with the opening period. Referees are ready, wrestlers are too. Who's going to rock who? Straight away, trying to go forward.
Immediately going to the hands, and again, that hand fight is so important, just to dig for position, working for that left-handed underhook that AINAGULOV is doing at this time.
Yep, AINAGULOV, so adept at defending. What can he do here on the front foot? Trying to push FUMITA back a little bit, but the Japanese wrestler made of tough stuff. As we said, they competed against each other in that Asian Games, so they both have learned a lesson or two, and they've started quite quickly here. That customary feeling out process reduced. AINAGULOV locking up on the inside, presenting a small target.
And right now, the official saying head up red, so automatically you think they're going to start the passivity game here. Again, that feeling out part, that part of this bout, that's the feeling out part, someone's going to lose a point. Right now, FUMITA has the first passivity call. Now, AINAGULOV has the second passivity call. And in about 15, 20 seconds, someone will lose a point.
Yep, the referee hot on this one, trying to encourage wrestling, just shooting for the single leg there. A little bit confusion there from AINAGULOV, a day early, freestyle tomorrow. But as you mentioned, Brian.
And right there, minute 35, a point on the board. So now we won't go into the second period scoreless. AINAGULOV, 1 point.
Not settling for one, trying to work forward here. FUMITA was under a little bit of pressure, but so adept, conserving that energy. A little trip on the inside there, unintentional perhaps.
Again, he controlled that elbow and the lat on the other side, and he pulled him over his foot that was already down on the ground. Maybe he moved it a little bit, but he was just trying to get a little hip position so that he can lock for the throw. Now, second passivity against AINAGULOV, so now 1-1. The line underneath the 1, that means he has criteria if the bout were to end right now, but I think we'll see more scoring as we go through this bout.
Yep, FUMITA, the last to score, so he has criteria, which is the advantage at the moment as we creep into the last 20 seconds of a hard-fought opening round. Trying to go upstairs there, that overhook attempt from FUMITA. Looking busy for the referee. Is there time for another passivity warning? Doesn't look like it. And the clock is going to tick down on this one. Opening period in the books. And we're no wiser as to who's going to come away with this bronze.
Right, and I'm surprised that the referee in the last 5 seconds was saying action. Very rarely, it's an unwritten rule. Officials are not going to make a call in the last 5 seconds of a period unless there's a score.
Is there an actual rule that if you're into the last 30 seconds, you're not supposed to go for a passivity, or is that an old rule that's been changed?
I don't think it's ever been a rule. I think
just
it's
a kind of-
unwritten. I
right.
think it's just kind of known by the officials.
They don't want to be changing the outcome of the match themselves.
Absolutely, and especially in the last 30 seconds, even 45 seconds of the bout, if an official gives a point to one of the wrestlers, they want to at least give them some time to score. If you were to give a point in the last 5 seconds that changes the course of the match, then that's on you as the official.
Sure, and the referees are not the star of the show, even though sometimes they might think they are, but we'll leave that for another day. Most of them doing a fine job. I'm sure you can debate for yourself the merits of each referee, but battling away here. Japan against Kazakhstan, bronze medal in the offing. World champs, day 2. FUMITA trying to stay low.
Pressuring in there, and was able to slip his arm out and not get it trapped and move his hips.
Is he grabbing legs here sometimes, AINAGULOV, or?
Caught a slide by, and it's very, or a high dive. It's very similar to a double leg or a single leg in freestyle, but instead of grabbing the leg, you reach your body up to the waist.
Got it.
And so again, that high-low position, you're changing your level to attack the hips instead of the legs.
I see. So slid down, but sliding slightly further ahead now. FUMITA with that extra passivity point, and the referee's got his eyes on him this time. The Japanese wrestler takes the first warning. A little bit of rough stuff on the inside. And FUMITA, well, the walking wounded on the way in here. Is it the official doctor today?
The official doctor.
The unofficial doctor.
He's unofficial. He's the Japanese doctor. The official doctor today had a jacket over his shirt. I think he was maybe a little embarrassed that we were talking about him last night.
He's probably working somewhere else during the day. But working heavily now on a bit of blood to the nose.
I think when they came and smashed into each other, AINAGULOV's nose was in the way of FUMITA's shoulder.
Yep, that's a polite way of putting it. Rough stuff on the inside. And we've got a young volunteer that's in here doing a fine job cleaning up. As he retreats, but who's going to clean up here? Who's going away with the bronze? We're getting closer now to the outcome. What can AINAGULOV produce by way of response here? FUMITA showing some strength on the inside there.
So our official asking AINAGULOV to open. That means he doesn't want his elbows in a closed position. He wants to open into controlling a wrist or controlling an elbow, and with no space in between, but still not just bared down.
And it is still an open contest. AINAGULOV can get back into this one. Lots of time on the clock. FUMITA working hard to stay busy, trying to show the referee his fingers on the inside there. Well, it worked out quite well for him.
He just said, both of you stop whining and get to wrestling.
That's part of the UWW rule number 1. Less whining, more wrestling. As we go and wind our way into the last minute here. Bronze at stake. Who's going to go for it? FUMITA has the merest of advantages.
And typically, in about 10 seconds, we're not going to see another passivity call in the bout. AINAGULOV is down by a point right now. FUMITA still having good activity, but at this point, the officials will typically keep their whistle away when it comes to passivity. So 2-1 for FUMITA, unless AINAGULOV can score a point or a step out.
Getting closer to that step out. The referee takes his whistle out of the pocket. But who's going to go home with the bronze in their own? Team Japan, of course, furious. Trying to give a bit of confidence and concentration required down the stretch here. Anagulov doing everything in his power to try and find a way past FUMITA. But the clock ticks down into the last 10 seconds. The man from Japan in prime position here. World Championship bronze medal at stake. FUMITA shoves his opponent to the mat, couldn't care less, kills the clock. Anagulov, well, he gave it all he had. Think you enjoyed that?
I think he did, and something that Jason, Brian, and I were talking about earlier today was Japan across the board, from Greco, women's, and freestyle, have one of the best teams across the board in terms of winning. They have an excellent Greco team, and obviously Greco system. Their women's team is second to none in the world, and they always have several medalists in every World Championships in freestyle. So their consistency over the years has been staggering.
Well, as you say, they have several medalists over the years that can add one